right. We're here with Annika Sorenstam at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. Annika, I think you might have the craziest week of all of us this week. You're playing, you're running your AJGA event, you're doing all sorts of stuff. But overall, what's the week been like for you, and especially now that we're here at home?
Well, it's nice to be here. I mean, we love this place, and I love being busy. I really do. At the AJJ or the Annika Invitational that we just hosted, had a fantastic finish. Jana Wilson finished. She eagled the playoff hole to earn a spot into the amateur field this week. I mean, it could not have been a better story than that. So, it's been busy. Obviously, with my partnership with Hilton Grand Vacations is great as well, and then golfing. So, no, it's great. It's great to be here. The course is looking fabulous, and having my husband on the bag, the kids around the corner, my parents and friends and family. It's going to be a busy one, but nice to be back and play. And of course, I enjoy playing with the celebrities. It's going to be fun, and look forward to a wonderful week.
I was going to ask you about Jana. That was amazing news that she's going to get into the field. And I saw she's playing really well in the Pro-Am today, too. She's going to be something to reckon with. But how important was it to you when you partnered with Hilton Grand Vacations to make sure they were bringing your foundation and your work with the next generation of golfers into that partnership?
Yeah, I mean, it's an important part of what we do. And, we really didn't have to sell them on our concept. They already knew our concept. They want to support, women's sport, women's golf. And this was such a natural. It really was. And then, for the girls to play around the corner at Eagle Creek worked out really well, and to be able to participate in some of the events. And I mean, many of these players, I mean, their dream is to play the LPGA. So for them to be part of it and be able to come out here and see, some of their role models is, another inspiration. And that's really what we try to provide with the Annika Invitational is, inspirational experiences. So, we've always said all along that our tagline is more than golf. So this is a lot more than golf. We've been over to Boxy Park, and we did a little financial session where Miss Birdiata, which is a former LPGA player, she was out there talking to them. So we try to do more than just, providing a golf tournament. So, but what a great finish of Jana, and obviously Anna Davis played fantastic golf too. And so, women's golf, girls golf is in good hands.
It is, absolutely. And now coming here to Lake Nona, what we've been hearing from a lot of players is Tranquilo was great. This is a very different caliber of golf, different type of golf course, and that some of the celebrities are going to have their eyes opened by this course. This is a real track. Have any players sought you out for any advice since you know this place so well?
Well, I played with Jack Wagner yesterday in the practice round, so he wanted to know a little bit. I mean, he welcomed the rough. He thought it was good because, he doesn't bomb at 330, even though he's longer than I am. But he said, this is good. This is a real golf course. This is a championship golf course. So, and I spoke to John Schmaltz, and he said that this is the best conditioned golf course he's ever seen. And, the guy has played a lot of courses. So, I think as a Lake Nona member, we're super proud of this place, and that they worked really, really hard. I mean, obviously, the last, since New Year's, we've been out here and watching them really, put all the hours in and make it as good and showcase what we have here at Nona. So we're proud of this place.
And you should definitely be proud of the menu, too. The food has been
Yeah, the food is excellent.
Yes, we're really appreciating that. We'll open it up for questions. If you have any on the Zoom, let me know in the chat, but we'll start here in the room with Amy Rogers.
Hi, Annika. When you competed in this event last year, it was the first time that we'd seen you tee it up in an event to compete in quite some time. How would you assess where your game is and how you're feeling this year compared to last year?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, obviously I'm not as rusty as I was then because I hadn't competed in 13 years. Now I come looking back at last year where I did play in I think 5 or 6 events, and similar to what I'm playing in. So, but I really didn't have the best, preparation as I needed. I had a bulging disc in November and December. I had to take a little break, and then Christmas came, and then we actually had COVID, so I had to take a few weeks off. So it's been maybe not the best preparation, but I do think I feel a lot better. I feel more comfortable. I feel a little bit more into the game than I did then. I really didn't know what to expect. So I hope that that's a good thing. We'll find out. But I'm glad to be here and be part of this event. And this year I am going to play maybe a few more tournaments than last year. So it's good to be here and get ready. And hopefully, no more setbacks. I can continue to practice and find my game.
Was there a specific injury that caused the bulging
No,
disc?
I think this is something that came back. I had it in 2007. At the end of that season, I took, I think, 3 or 4 months off. And I think it's just wear and tear, unfortunately. So, one of the symptoms is, I start losing distance. And that's how I realized. And then I realized, you know what, maybe I'm a little stiff in my neck. And then I worked with the LPGA doctor, Bruce Thomas, and his team. And he said, yeah, you have a bulging disc. You need to take a little break. And so I had to do that. So, it's a little bit of a lingering thing, I guess, and just got to be more careful. And when you get older, it feels like things just get worse.
Great. We'll go next to Brentley.
Hey, Annika, how are you?
Good.
Just a couple questions about the 4th and 17th holes. Could you just kind of give a quick scouting report for both of those?
On which one?
The 4th hole and 17th.
Oh, the par threes. Yeah, I mean, it's playing quite long today. I mean, today we, I don't know what the yardage was, 180, but, that was like our second hole, and I feel like it was 40 degrees out. So they was just standing there with a lot of gears and hit a hybrid of some kind. But, it's a nice par three. I mean, I like all these par threes, but, when they put the pin on the right side, it's got to be a little careful. Playing more for the center of the green is probably what I'll do all week. That's not one of those holes where I can be aggressive. The green is, it's a 2-tier thing from left to right, so I'm going to be on the right tier as well. But I love 17. Again, I think it's probably one of our signature holes, just facing Lake Nona. Today was no wind. It was, pretty much in the middle of the green. So it depends on how long the distance is there. You can be a little bit more aggressive, but the par threes are good, different clubs, different type of approach shots.
And is there a certain celebrity or a couple celebrities in this field that you're hoping to maybe have a rivalry with by the time the week's over?
Well, I'm pretty pleased with my pairing. How about that? I'm, to be able to play with Jessica Korda and then John Schmaltz, who's one of the better celebrities. I look forward to the challenge. The last few years I've gotten to know them quite a bit. I really enjoy a lot of the celebrities, whether I played in Tahoe or I played here last year. And, I've said this before, I think that they are an impressive group of celebrities. I mean, many of them are like golf pros. I mean, the way they swing, the way they play, and they can hit it. They can really hit it. So I think this is a fun format. I'm glad that the LPGA is working, with obviously with Hilton Grand Vacation and have this celebrity event here. I think it's just add more to the event. And, what's also good is they're very respectful of these women here. And I think that says a lot about a lot of the athletes.
And then I have one more, if I may. Rose Zhang is obviously a pretty budding prodigy. She's played in a bunch of your junior events, and I just was curious if you had any thoughts on her and how impressive she is to you.
Yeah, I would echo what you said. I mean, I've seen her play quite a few times. As a matter of fact, they came over here. I think there was the Curtis Cup team, and we were hanging out right here at the pickleball court, and I was talking to them, and she was there, Rose, and she's just one of those players that just know her game really well. She's just super solid, really doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and she's fun to watch. So, yeah, I think it's just a matter of time until she'll be out here and winning.
Can you relate to her handling the pressure of showing up at events and being expected to win and going out and doing it?
Yeah, well, I guess I could. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is a lot of pressure is being put on her, but I think that she seems to have a good mind, and just seems to kind of take it as it comes and not making too much of a big deal out of it, just enjoying the journey as a college golfer for now, and we'll see what happens after that. But I mean, that's one of the messages I kind of give to the young girls through the Annika Foundation is always enjoy the journey. That was one of the tips that I got, and so I try to pay that forward to them. So hopefully she does, because she has a lot to be happy about.
Thank you.
Over here to Jamie.
Annika, just the top 10 women's golfers in the world are all here at this tournament. What are your thoughts on just the field on the LPGA Tour side and how competitive this event should be in the coming days?
Yeah, it should. I mean, like you said, you got the best players here. And I think it's a great start to the season. And, the names are big names. They're good for the game, good ambassadors, good players. So, I have a lot of respect for, for this generation of golfers on the LPGA. So it should be a good week. It should showcase really well. And like I said, having the celebrities here, I think, add to it. And I think it, brings a little more to the tournament. And the girls are getting the respect that they finally deserve with prize money going up and courses of this quality. So I'm very happy to see where the LPGA is today.
And what have you seen from the Korda sisters as they continue to win tournaments? What impresses you most about the sisters?
A lot of things. I mean, I think the first thing that a lot of people say is, their power off the tee, or just power in general. I mean, they both have beautiful swings. They're tall, very classic, but just very controlled swings. But then, around the greens, I mean, I feel like they have a lot of touch as well. So it's not just power, it's, a little finesse also. And then, I like them. I think they're fun. I think they're good for the game. And, I enjoy watching maybe not the rivalry between them, but because they have a nice, sisterhood at the same time. So I think that's a fun thing, and there's love, but I'm sure there's competition between, and I think that's good for the game. So, I mean, that reminds me of, when my sister played, we didn't really, the two of us at the same level like that, but we compete each other, we grew up together, we helped each other and we support each other. But then, once we stood on the tee, it was, okay, gloves are off.
Thanks, Jamie. Over here to Jeff.
Yeah? Hey, Jeff.
Hey, obviously the scores count. They count a little differently. What's the difference in your approach when you play in the celebrity division as opposed to the tournament division?
Yeah. No, it is different. I think, I've always been more of a steady type of player, not too aggressive, just kind of try to hit fairways and greens, which is good in stroke play. But here, the format is a little bit... you benefit birdies, it benefits eagles, so, and it doesn't punish you as much for higher numbers. So having said that, I need to be a little more aggressive, but it's not really a golf course that I feel like I can be aggressive. I'm playing the yardage, I think it says 6,600 yards. It's a little more than I prefer, so I'm going to be hitting some longer and clubs into the green. So it's a fine line of going for the flag with a longer club than you would maybe with an 8 or 9 iron. So I have to find a balance where but I need points, obviously. 1 point here is not going to do much. I need to be out there because I know that a lot of celebrities are going to have shorter irons to the par fives especially, and make a lot of birdies. So I might try to be a little more aggressive, and then we'll see what happens. Also,
the celebrity format was tried at least once a couple decades ago, I recall, down at Turnberry Isle. Does it surprise you that it took this long to be able to get a pro celebrity event that caught on with the LPGA?
No, I think it's we've had it now, and I think it's good. And I like to see it more because I think together it's a good combination. I think that obviously it works with this field when you have a limited field. It's hard when you have a full field and trying to put in that. But, I think it gives some good recognition with all the other athletes. So I'm glad we're doing it.
Great. We're going to go to Zoom. We've got about 5 more minutes with Annika. So please ask a question. Beth Ann, you can certainly go first.
Yeah. Hi, Annika.
Where are you? You're normally here.
I know. Wish I could be there. I wanted to ask you about the Senior Women's Open. Any paraphernalia in the house in that trophy case, or anything that you kept from the week that's special to you?
The trophy?
Yes. Is that in the house?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think we got it back. We were sending it to Callaway for an event, but it got canceled. So the trophy should be back. It's funny, I was actually cleaning out my golf bag the other day because I put a new one in, and I found the money clip. So I put the money clip. Yeah, so that was the recent one. I also find the yardage book in there, which shows you how much I clean my bag, because that was this summer and this is in January. So luckily I didn't find any old bananas from Connecticut in there. But no, what a great week. A lot of great memories. Mike actually made a big canvas out of the family photo and the trophy, and it's the first thing you see when you walk in the door. So I'm reminded of it every day.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Beth Ann. We'll go next to Jeff Babineau on Zoom. Jeff, you can unmute.
Hi, Annika. Happy New Year.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. As someone who knows this golf course so well, how would you describe the biggest challenge in it?
Well, the way it's playing now, it's the rough is pretty thick. This is not a members rough, let's put it that way. They've let it grow a little bit, and the greens are fantastic. They're getting a little firmer. It's all about, you got to put the ball in the right places. So, it's important to hit it far, but I also think it's more important to hit it straight here, and not just straight to certain places. You got to know a little bit where to go. There's some runouts around the greens that takes a little knowledge, and just got to look at the yardage book. If you haven't played here enough, then you can maneuver yourself around here.
Yeah, and I was going to ask about the competitor inside of you, being inside the ropes with a player like Jessica Korda. She said you hadn't played together. Mm-hmm. What's that like for you? What's it like for you to observe the modern game?
I mean, I love it. I have a lot of respect. It's, I wish I can say, I can compare, but I'm in a different phase in my life than she is. But, it's fun to watch. I really enjoy it. I mean, she's going to bring out, the best out of me, hopefully, by just playing with somebody at the top of their game. So, but, it's a different type of golf for sure. But again, she's one of the best, and she represents the game really well. So I'm glad to see her up there, and I'm sure that she's going to be there towards the end.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
One more on Zoom, George McNeely. George, you can unmute.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Annika, so many great athletes that we've talked to have trouble adjusting to what I'll call the here and now. You blistered the Senior Women's Open layout, obviously, and now you're here as a celebrity. And I was thinking about the Nancy Lopez age when she went to the quote-unquote senior tour and was the tournament host in Atlanta when you were in your prime. Do you have mixed emotions about wanting to tee it up and compete? The fire still in the belly, so to speak?
Yeah, no, it's it's a good question, and I have to admit, I mean, those are thoughts that go through my mind quite a bit. I should say, maybe I'm lucky to be able to wear a lot of different hats, being a mom and being a wife and being an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. And then now I'm putting on my host hat and my, competing hat. So, of course, there are times I feel like, it's not enough and I want to do more. But, overall, I mean, I'm just excited to be here. It's an honor to be here, to play here and to be part of this event. And, this, the Hilton Grand Vacation, my foundation is the beneficiary of that. So obviously I want to thank Mike Flasky for doing that. I mean, he is the initiator. So, I feel like I have my role to play. If I can just sometimes step away from that, just the hardcore competitor I am, then maybe I can, smell the roses a little bit more, because it's, we all worked hard to be here. But, I also want to go out there and do my best. And I think the hardest part is sometimes when you know what a good shot is supposed to look like, and you know what it's supposed to feel like, and when you don't do it under these conditions, it's like, okay, well, take a big breath. Your kids still love you, and when you go back, you're still going to have a lot of things to do. So it's a fine balance. I'm trying to do the best I can.
Real quick follow-up. Your adopted home of Orlando has been host for the LPGA the past several years. How much pride do you feel that this predominantly golfing community with so much history and heritage dating back to the Arnold Palmer era continues and now is inclusive with women's golf?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I mean, last year was the first time Lake Nona hosted an LPGA event other than the Soham Cup 1990, which is, so long ago. But the reception was so good. I mean, the feel was amazing. The atmosphere, the members loved it, and it seemed like the players had a good time. And, it was just an awesome combination, as you said. I mean, Bay Hill and Arnold Palmer have been successful so many years, so it feels good to be able to come here and for the women to be able to showcase their skill in this town where golf plays such a big part, all year round. So, I think it's fabulous, and I know, like I said, Lake Nona is proud to be here, and hopefully it's a partnership that will last for a long time, because, this time of year, Florida is hard to beat.
Thank you, George. Annika, we've got one last question over here from Liz.
Hi, Annika. Regarding with last week's news from the USGA and the purse increase and some of the courses that the women are going to get to play on in the near future, can you just respond to that and kind of what you thought as far as, you've been building this women's golf for so many years. Does that show?
No, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, big applause. There's no doubt. I mean, Mike Wan has not been at USGA very long, and he's already delivering. I mean, I know it takes more than that, but it's fantastic news to see that women's sport is getting some more recognition, at least, women's golf, and the purses are, just increasing. It's fantastic. I mean, these women, as we know, they work really hard and they're committed, and nice to be, for them to be able to have a purse like that. I mean, that, first of all, that just increases not just the standard, but just kind of the respect. And I know with that comes the golf courses that they're going to play, which to me, I've always valued the classic golf courses. So, no, it's fantastic to see that the LPGA is really stepping up there, and I don't know. I'm proud of the team, and obviously now is Molly in charge as the commissioner. But the players work really hard. When they whether it's social media to display who they are the fun side, or giving back to the community, or being good role models. I think they've planted the seed, and it's finally you're starting to see the roots and see some fruit from these trees. So it's great.
Thanks. I lied. We do have one more question. We're going to go down to this side now to Sarah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
Annika. How are you?
Yeah.
Just curious. I noticed the logo, Fizzy Bee,
Yeah.
and I was trying
Yeah.
to look it up on the internet, but there wasn't a lot of information. Could you kind of clue us in?
Yeah, no, there's not a lot yet, but it's actually it's a company that Mike and I started in COVID 2020, and we're full-flavored, sparkling classic cocktails, sweetened with organic honey, and it's coming in a can, in a sleek 12-ounce can, 5% alcohol, and we're canning in 2 weeks. So then Mike came up with a name, Fizzy Bees. Obviously, the bees is the organic honey. But the fizzy is based on busy bee, that I'm a busy bee. And he looked at me, why are you doing this? You have nothing else going. So let's start a ready-to-drink company. So yeah, thanks for asking. It's fun. We've done a lot of tastings the last, 18 months. And we're going to launch in Ohio next month. So we're super excited about that. So thanks for asking. So hopefully next year you will see a lot of Fizzy Bees around here. You guys can try. We'll be cheering and buzzing.
I was going to say, if you need more tasters, a media
Oh,
tent
you
is
some more
always a good
tasters?
place.
Yes.
Media tent's always a good place.
Yeah,
to
well,
start.
if you go to our website, we have something called Join the Hive. So join the Hive, and you can be one of the working bees. So here we go.
I think you have a lot
Thanks.
of takers right now. Thanks so much, Annika. Good luck
Thank you.
this week.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Cool.
you.